Stings home and dry just yet. TJ DeFalco and Stephen Boye playing well, but they can certainly deliver more from the service line. And the same can be said for Tridents, who look like they've made a few changes. Halim Farhan is going to come into the action, the Indonesian wing spiker. And it looks like Tridents will start with a new setter on court, Shinjo Akahoshi. So a couple of changes early from VC Nagano Tridents in this third set as they try and get back into the game. Matthew Neves and Oscar Madsen, Canada and Denmark respectively, remain their key weapons, but Stings not off to a good start as DeFalco continues with the service errors. Good coverage on the block. They are really patrolling Kentaro, and he's had to go cross his body again to score. Favourite shot is the ball inside to out. The blockers are covering that. Not getting to that one though. Kentaro's fourth point of the game. Calling out some instructions from the baseline. He's another influential leader out there on court for Stings. Nice. Abe continues to be unstoppable in that middle zone. Fifth point for him. Here's the man who holds the key to a service run that can give Tridents a big lead. Matthew Neves of Canada. Not able to do it this time around. Two big servers on the other side of the net can cause damage. DeFalco and the man about to serve, Stephen Boye. And it's Boye that follows Neves this time around in the rotations. Off pace, scooped from the floor pretty well by Farhan and put away very tidily by Matthew Neves. 12 points for Neves. Good hit. And here is Halim Farhan, signed from Jakarta in the off-season. Trident's got to be careful here. Don't want too many serve errors. That's going to really hurt their rhythm in the game. And it's not making Stings play for points. Fujinaka hits the serve. DeFalco back in the front line. They've got a strong block out on that side. They avoid the stronger blocker and go wide to Madsen, who goes comfortably over the top of Kawahigashi. Madsen one off double figures now. As Shoda Abe goes back to the service line at 1.90 m, an undersized middle blocker, but we've seen what he can do with his attacking today. He is putting a dent in the floor. Serving pretty well too. Cheeky set from a long way off. Stings may still claim the point here, and rather slow to the floor. Matthew Neves doesn't defend the volley over from TJ DeFalco. Trident's unlucky there. Should have scored that one. Iwamoto next to serve. He's been impressive again today. Jump float passed easily by Farhan. Madsen tips into the block and then hits hard into the corner. Very good. 10 points then for the Danish international Oscar Madsen. Shinjo Akahoshi has replaced Kento Nakashima in the setting position for Tridents for this set. Come on as a sub twice, but now starts the set himself. That's a good hit. Nice bump to DeFalco, who deliberately goes for the reuse and gets the bonus of a net touch from Matsumoto. Shot. Madsen given the ball right side this time. and he's making it talk at the start of this third set. This time Kentaro does get to hit his favourite shot. You may have noticed, look at the pace of the attack for DeFalco just behind him. It's incredible. We're back to the importance of this DeFalco serve, which is misfiring today. Has to go 80% on that one. Neves with the tip, and a stumble under the net from Fujinaka. He's okay. Neves scores the point. No effect from the DeFalco serve again. Matsumoto been steady in the block, not had any offensive threat or serving threat, but he's been steady at the net. Good shot from Boye. First salvo fired from him in set 3. Remember, we've got the Neves followed by Boye service rotations, which could dictate where this set goes. Out of system. Not out of luck though by any means. Madsen with a great shot. 3 kills from him so far in this set. Danish international with a pipe this time. Neves off pace. Passed well by Takahashi. Boye knew exactly what he wanted to do there. Waited and waited for those Hattons to be shown, and then just taps it off. Farhan, the unlucky blocker. Halim Farhan has replaced Yuji Kudo. Fujinaka tries for the reuse, gets away with it just, and then manages to get it out of play off the block. And some good celebrations going on down there from DeFalco and Boye. They're getting into this. Nine points for Kenji Fujinaka. More importantly, they've not allowed Neves to score from the service line. Can Trident stop Boye? Chance here. Not good. Not good at all from Stings. That's an absolutely shocking attack. Boye and DeFalco stood there bemused. What a waste of an opportunity. 9-all, Farhan goes back to the line. Both teams making some elements of the game harder than they should be, while excelling in others. Big serve, but big out. Fujinaka had his moments in set 2, some good, some bad. That's a better one. Madsen, tight pass, tight set. Good reuse that by Madsen. And Neves makes it count. 15 points for Matthew Neves in the game, so he is matching Stephen Boye, the opposite on the other side of the net. Round to the Abe serve. Off pace, passed easily by DeFalco. Boye hits hard out of the back line off the Madsen block, and it's not coming back. It really should have. It really should have. A lot of bodies put on the line there, so it wasn't likely to end as a point, but you want to at least ask the question. Boy, just checking everybody's okay. Tortuous route to the point, but he gets there. Iwamoto waits to serve. No influence in set 3 from Iwamoto just yet. Madsen forced to use another tactical play to try and get that ball off the block and onto his defenders. Again, the set too tight for him. And Stings edge a 2-point lead. First break then in this set for either team. Madsen this time gets a ball he can swing at. Break though for Stings. Takahashi to serve. It's a good hit, but it's a long again. So Boye and DeFalco both in the front line here. Important serve for Yudai Kawahigashi. This has to go in. Kentaro's the middle blocker. This is the best front line for Stings. Good hands on it. Net touch. Kentaro can't believe it. And from the point of view of the stats men on the sideline, they will see that as a missed opportunity. That's a strong rotation for Stings, and Tridents get it done. Madsen then, going well in set 3 for Tridents. But the team in black get it done again, this time through DeFalco. Hasn't been overused in this game, DeFalco, but everything he's hit has been priceless. Perfect. Everything that is, except his service. Needs a service run. Changes up, makes it safe. Neves gets the tip. Oh dear. Well, Fujinaka quite rightly, Kentaro, sorry, quite rightly asking why his captain Takahashi didn't go for this. He was already in the other direction though, that's the problem. Matthew Neves then tips himself another point. 16 in the match. Keeping level with Stephen Boye. It's a good serve from Matsumoto. And that is a really tidy attack from Fujinaka. 10 points in the game for him now. Wing blockers in the modern game have to stay so far inside to protect everything that goes on down the middle channel. Ever so difficult to get to those fast balls out wide to the antenna. Good hit. That was a high ball and a well-organised block, but Halim Farhan has done a great job, the Indonesian international. His first point of the match. New starter on court, along with setter Shinjo Akahoshi in this third set for the team in the plum-coloured shirts. And Neves at last has his ace. Well, he's hit some absolute corkers from the baseline today without luck. That is a rocket. 15 all. Break is recovered. And the big Canadian is into his work. Good use of a timeout, this by Shimbo Koichiro, the Stings coach. Stop Neves in his tracks if he can. He can become increasingly dangerous in this match. Matthew Neves, Madsen has already played a great role in this third set. The two overseas are going well. Still the rule here in Japan that it's two overseas players on court at any one time, which is why Riccardo Lucarelli finds himself on the bench for Stings when Boye and DeFalco start. Next season it will go up to 3 overseas players on court as the SV League pushes to become the top professional league on the planet by 2030. That's the plan. Neves again, off the back of a timeout, never easy. Hits it well, but hits it controlled. Boye off pace, lovely defence from Nambo, and Madsen scores the point. Trident's on a run. Neves into the net at last, a reprieve for Stings. I hate to say it, but that could be costly. They really probably needed a couple more points there, Tridents, if they could have scored them. Stings have a chance to hit back straight away with Boye. Thumps it. Good pass from Farhan, and a good finish from him. He's made an impression since being on court. Has passed well and now has 2 points. Trident survived Boye at the service line. And the team in the plum shirts will serve through Halim Farhan. Good work and a great finish. He's a real character, Shinjo Akashi, and he enjoyed that. Well, certain countries have a dispensation for extra players on court. That's why Farhan is allowed out there, and he's hit a belter there. What a pass from Fujinaka, and gets the return ball, and he hits Farhan in return. So gets thumped on the ace and then gets his own back next ball. Well, Stings are riding this, but no more. Tridents are putting themselves in good positions here. Fujinaka to serve, tossed it a bit in front of himself, takes the pace off. Lovely again. They can't stop Abe at the moment. This one a touch slower, but not much. Break for Tridents now, that Stings have to try and overcome. DeFalco gets in a mess. Trying to pass and move towards the net. All in. Second ace of the match for Shodai Abe, and trouble for Stings here. Somebody has to step up for Stings here. Abe to serve. Can go for this. No, takes the pace off instead. Catches DeFalco again. Boye gets the ball, and wow, that is some shot from there, because Matsumoto and Madsen had guessed right. This ball is a long way in front of that attack line, and he's hit that beautifully. $17 points for Boye now. 17 for Neves. The two right-siders going well. Madsen passes, gets the next ball, puts it out. Oh dear. And they've got to be very careful here, Tridents. Well, he's barely put a foot wrong in this match, Madsen, but he's missed that. Timeout. Called by coach Kawamura of Tridents this time. Yeah, I like that from Coach Inamba, just making absolutely sure his players were on the same page. And I like this from Coach Koichiro, throwing Mitsuki Demizo at 1m98 into the front court. So no setter on court. Oh dear. Oh dear, and Kentaro this time, hands on hips, shoulders slumped, hasn't moved yet. Absolutely gutted at that serve error. Everything was set up there for Stings. And now Tridents hang on to their break with the sometimes dangerous serve of Shindo Akahoshi to come. Little hybrid ball toss, this time takes the pace off. Easy pass for DeFalco, gets the pacey return, puts it away. Nice set. Out wide from Kawahigashi. Twelve points for DeFalco, getting increasingly closer to he and Boye appearing at the line again. Good adjustment from Boye, might have been going wide. DeFalco plays it, gets another swing. Little roundhouse, and it's coming back as a free ball. Important point this. And it's a point won by Stings and DeFalco. Kawahigashi to serve. Boye in the front court, either side with DeFalco of Kentaro. It's back to that best rotation. And it's a brilliant block. DeFalco roofs it straight back into the face of Oscar Madsen. 14th point of the match for TJ DeFalco, probably the most important. 22-21, second time out, called by Shinji Kawamura. And the fourth set that was looking a couple of minutes ago, I'm afraid, for the moment, snatched away from Tridents. Line, but DeFalco might get another go. And Nakashima comes back into the action. Shinjo Akahoshi returns to the bench. That's a big call again. Out of system play. Madsen blasts it out, but via the hands of the block. Now, are we going to get a challenge here? Blockers look a bit confused. But it's clearly touched someone, and I think it was DeFalco. Madsen, 15th point is an important one. 22 all, he goes to serve. It's all on the line here for Tridents. No, into the net. Gave it everything. Went for broke. What does DeFalco do here? Has a serve that can finish the game, but he hasn't made many serve today. And he's not made that one. Way out of bounds. 23 all. Side out can still get Stings to match point. And the ever reliable Koga Eide comes back in to serve. This is a massive point. It's a massive serve and it's massive pressure. Koga, they're chanting his name. They think he can do it. The lefty about to go for it. Good hit, good pass. Boye, blocked. Oh, and Tridents make a massive point. What a stop this is from Fahan. Well, it's a good server at the line, but it's probably Sting's worst rotation to be stuck on. This is a massive, massive set now for Kawahigashi, the Sting's playmaker. No, he's not going to get his hands on it. Chance to win the set, chance to go to 4. Neves tips it, defended. Still in play. Oh, what a shot, what a piece of defence from Madsen. Neves can do it again. And this time he gets it done. 25-23, Trident's hit back. We are going to 4. Sting still lead, but the home side showing real character. Coloured shirts, home side, VC Nagano Tridents here in the ANC Arena, going very well against the team in black, the men in black. JTEC Stings IG, desperate for another win after the back-to-back losses to Osaka Blution. Tip start from DeFalco, paying attention to detail for his 15th point. And that's put out of play from a player who's barely had a set in the match. Yoshihiko Matsumoto, the veteran, has blocked well. He's missed that by a long way. 2-0 start for Stings, and all that work from Tridents potentially getting undone in the early phases. Good front court line. DeFalco either side of Kentaro, their best blocking lineup for Stings. And they've given it away again with a net touch. Well, I've droned on about that being the best blocking lineup for Stings all match, and it hasn't done anything. Service errors, net touches have given points to Tridents for free. Oscar Madsen continues to impress on his first season in Japan. He's at the line. Good pass, Fujinaka. Kentaro across his body, doesn't put it away. Boye does. And the Neves versus Boye contest of the right-siders is going well. Boye 18, Matthew Neves 17 at the moment, so they're the two top scorers on court, playing in the opposite slot. The DeFalco serve, been a problem tonight, and remains so, 70% power. Chance though, Boye scores again, third time he's scored off a DeFalco set tonight. Stephen Boye advances his account to 19 points. DeFalco will be tempted to go a bit tougher here. No, gets the ball toss wrong, has to readjust. Neves blocked. Farhan defends, Neves to go again. Defended by Boye, big opportunity for another break. Fujinaka can't take it. Oh, he can. Horrible mix-up from Tridents. Well, they've got a point out of nothing there. Referee has spotted that very well, the two touches in quick succession, which adds up to 4. And a timeout has to be called by Shinji Kawamura. For the first time in the match, his team under pressure early in a set. It's funny how a set loss will just sting the higher seeded team into action, and he's definitely done that. And just a couple of serves in court. I mean, they weren't tough serves necessarily from DeFalco. They were just in. Just made Trident's play. Well, Shinjo Akahoshi has started this set for Tridents, along with Alim Farhan. Has to be careful here. They will be loading their block to Neves. Surprised they haven't actually stacked. No, they go out wide to Farhan and they pay the price. Kentaro puts him on the floor. If you're going to think outside the block or outside the box on the block, this is probably when you do think about Boye stacking across to Neves. I don't think he's going there. Fujinaka will stay left side. Big serve. First big serve of the game, and it's brought an opportunity which Boye does not take. Again, DeFalco upset, he didn't get the ball. He doesn't get it again. Fujinaka, good hit. Great defence from Namba. Farhan, brilliant hit. Well, Trident showing heart again. That was a golden opportunity for 7-1 for Stings, and they've not taken it. Matsumoto strolls back. Not a tough serve for Stings to deal with necessarily. Easy float. Passed by Fujinaka at last. The ball does come all the way back. DeFalco can't believe that. He cannot believe that that has come back pinball style. Oh, he's dug it. He's dug Neves. The American keeps his team in it and is still in it. Boye with the touch. Can Boye finish? Shoves it down the front of the block. Free ball. And oh my goodness. You are kidding me. Been on once in this match so far as a serving sub and hit a really good ball. Not this time. Being called down, I think we'll get a challenge here. I'll be amazed if we don't. Well, clearly, Farhan believe that did hit the floor, so no challenge. Boye can take it out a little further. No, he can't. Spoke too soon. Great service. Out of system, Fujinaka blocked. Good work. They just stacked it there, took Nakashima out of the block because it was high enough. They were able to just bring Abe and Kudo in, and it's a fine stop. Trouble here for Stings if they're not careful. Boy, do they need a side out. Massive serve, what a pass. Fujinaka gets the ball again and he's doing a fine job. He is doing a fine job under a lot of pressure. The pass was the main thing. It was a beautiful pass and then a good finish. Couldn't stack this time, the blockers for Tridents. And a big sigh of relief for the Stings coaching staff. Fujinaka to the back line. And DeFalco into the front court. Nice serve from Fujinaka. Good defense from Takahashi. Boye gets in the setter's way there. Out. Out from Farhan. Referee says touch, and so we'll have to go to challenge if the blockers believe there was no touch. I love it. I love it. Long discussion between Kudo and DeFalco before DeFalco finally concedes that he did get a piece of the Mikasa. Then comes Kogaida once again. He has served really well in this game, the left-hander, when he's come on from the bench. Certainly changed it in the first set and second, but can't change it in this one. He leaves the court. Abe then chops and changes out with the libero. Namba back on the floor. Well, Stings cling to a 3-point lead as they look to win this game in 4 sets. Overpass, chance to make it a 4-point lead. Again, that fast ball out wide. The very reason for that is it gives no blocking change opportunities, and DeFalco is able to isolate the smaller blocker Nakashima at 172. Good thinking, good game awareness from Yudai Higashi. I know it's the basics, but in the middle of a rally, you still have to have that range of thought about you regarding the matchups. 4-point lead now. Sting's looking good. Neves hits it out. Blockers say no touch for definite. And no challenge forthcoming at the moment. Well, he's played well, Neves. Not made many errors at all in this match. We do eventually get to a challenge, but the general practice here in Japan is that if it's a challenge for block touch, the challenge is made, the blocker admits the touch, the green card is awarded. So if it isn't for a block touch challenge, maybe a touch on the net. No, it was ball in or out. After all of that, that's the one I didn't think they were going to challenge because it looked clearly out, and it was. Well, he's been good with his challenges today, but he's lost that one, Coach Kawamura of Tridents. Well, the playmaker's been changed yet again. Shinjo Akahoshi is on. So he'll stay out there on the floor now for the rest of this set and probably the rest of this match, because it's going to finish in set 4, surely. It's going to need a bit of a miracle if Tridents want to get back in this. Neves home with ease, back to finding his range. Fiery serve of Shinjo Akahoshi. Some in, some out. No, takes the pace out of it, gives an easy ball to DeFalco. Boye hasn't been set for a while, and there's the value of not overusing a single player. It keeps the blockers on their toes, and they were late to this one. .21 points for Boye. Been impressive again today. Good hands on the slower middle attack from Matsumoto. Neves can't beat Boye. Takes the ball on the way back. Blocker's good, very good. Kentaro understanding the value here of just putting a lid on this game. Great movement from the middle. Neves forced to tip, chance for Boye out of system. You may have seen DeFalco approaching full tilt in the bottom of your picture, didn't get the set. Doesn't get that one either. Boye goes again and puts it out, but via the hands of the defenders. 24-17, Sting's making set 4 look easy. The rest of the game has been a tough one though. Kawahigashi to serve as Stings look to put this one to bed. One bit of drama remains. And we like a bit of drama at the back end of an SV League match. Whole season here in Japan, once again coming to you from VBTV, your home of Japanese volleyball. And what an entertaining spectacle it is. Week in, week out, these teams deliver. 6 match points remain for Stings. Kuro to serve. It's a good hit. DeFalco passes well. Boye goes cross court and misses. Oh, they think it's in. DeFalco thinks it's in. We may finish the match on a challenge. Either way, there's going to be a break before Kudo's next serve, and he hit the ball very hard on that last one. Won't be able to tell from this side-on angle. It's close. Inside the attack line by a long way. That's the one that will tell us. Oh, I think that's got a chance of being in. I think this might have hit the tee, you know. It's in. It's in, and that is it. We do see the match won on a challenge. And Stings bring it home in 4 against this spirited Tridents team. And they are back on the winning path. 25-22, 25-23, good lead.